Hello, Sally. How are you?
Good morning. I am great, Melissa. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to meet you, be meeting with you right now. So tell me a little bit about your background with global trade.
So the good news is I had the honor of being the board chair for the New Jersey District Export Council for a number of years, and that put me in touch with that whole global community. My actual background is as a professional services marketer. I served as the marketing director, chief marketing officer, marketing partner at a local CPA firm, Sobelco, prior to its merger and becoming a part of CLA Clifton Larson Allen. So I've always been on the side of the professional service provider offering services and advice and help to the global community. And the New Jersey deck was a great place for us to interact with our existing clients and also to be able to create relationships with some strategic partners.
Wow, that's so impressive. I feel like you are so knowledgeable on everything global trade, and there's just so many things to learn from you. And you got to experience our first annual New Jersey International Trades Awards last year, correct?
Absolutely. It
Awesome.
was
So tell me a little
wonderful.
bit about why you think it's important to attend that event.
So that event, like any other event, grew and evolved as a response to the needs in the community. As you become more deeper into your own business or you're working for a company, you realize that knowledge is power. And the more you know, the more effective you can be. But it's really hard. You and I have spoken many times about the agenda. Everyone is so busy and running from thing to thing. You don't really always have time to stop and think strategically and look what's coming on the horizon and anticipate what you need to know as well as do the things that you're currently engaged in. But when you're at a conference like that, you are in a room with other people who are exactly in the same boat, who are dealing with the same issues you're dealing with. And without those kinds of programs, you don't get the chance to interact with someone and say, what are you doing about supply chain? And what are you doing about local products, and how are you working on your pricing or your logistics? So when the DEC agreed to have this event, not only to highlight the export community, which we'll talk about, but also to bring exporters together, it was essential for everyone to be in that room that wanted to do business under that umbrella.
Absolutely. I think it's an amazing networking opportunity, and you're so right. Knowledge is power. I think there's going to be great insight coming from this year's winners. I'm sure there was great insight last year. So tell me a little bit more about why you think it's so important that the export community attends more than anything, even if they have a company of their own or they're just interested.
Absolutely, whether you started or are just considering it, to your point. I think the export community in general deserves to have the spotlight on them. And without programs like this, you kind of fly under the radar screen and people it make strange conversation like, wait, we export out of New Jersey? Like, oh, who knew? So it's one way of shining the spotlight on the entire industry and getting the legitimacy and the credibility and the awareness of how robust the export community is here. And most of us, myself included, have always thought of exports as being manufactured products, tangible items. But you can obviously export services and clearly academics as well. So we had an honoree last year from the academic community. So it's very clear that if we don't alert people what exporting is, does, what it brings to our state, what it brings around the world, you have no way of knowing of the richness of it and how impactful it is really in terms of profitability. Our state is so well positioned for exporting and sitting right here on the East Coast and with such a well educated community of professionals that if we weren't exporting, it would be shame on us. We are, but if we don't talk about it, no one knows. So that's why it's
Absolutely.
so important.
I think that there's things that you're right. You wouldn't have even realized counted as exporting, like Rowan University, how they won an award last year at the New Jersey International Trade Awards. Those are little things that people wouldn't even always recognize. They kind of go like under the rug, but I'm really glad that everyone gets to shine a light on them. They truly deserve it. So tell me, what was your favorite part of last year's event?
So when you mentioned Rowan, it reminded me actually of the favorite part was hearing from our honorees. In the many, many years that I've been participating in programs across a variety of different industry niches and different sectors in the state, often you get an award and you come up and someone hands you this beautiful piece of plexiglass with your name carved on it, maybe your logo's on it. You say thank you, take a picture, and you go sit down. And all of the knowledge that you brought to winning that award or being recognized for your effort is lost to everybody in the room because you don't have a chance to share that, right? You're recognized by an organization and then you're done. So what I love about this program is that no, not so fast. If you have been acknowledged and you're one of the honorees being handpicked by the judges because of your success as an exporter, everybody else in the room wants to know too. What did you do? How did you do it? Why? What was the resiliency you brought to the table? How did you begin to think in an entrepreneur fashion? How did you overcome obstacles that no one else perhaps was overcoming in the same way you were? And how did you become the success you are? So everyone sitting in that room has the chance to really learn from the grassroots on from people who are doing this well every single day. And I think that's my favorite part, that it isn't just one and done and shake your hand and off you go, but rather sit down, talk to us. We spent about an hour with that panel, having them go through the kinds of things, whether they're erecting a bridge, connecting two people to areas that have been war torn or devastated by earthquake, or it's a woman whose daughters have celiacs and she creates a product that they can eat comfortably, because we have just had so many opportunities and there were so many amazing applicants for those nominations, and we had to limit it to 4, but certainly those 4 got to share their stories. And I hope that, of course, as the years go on, everyone in the room will hear more and more stories, be exposed to more and more success situations, and be able to enjoy what everyone else is learning. You learn from each other.
Yeah, no, I can't believe just how much goes into it. I know you guys are in the process right now of going through nominations. People are still able to nominate themselves or another company until tomorrow, I believe. So I know that'll be a whole nother process, but it's a very exciting one. I can't wait to see who will win these awards this year and then hear from the panel. It'll be great.
It will be great. And I'm glad you're going to be there. I think it's really important for everyone to understand the value that the DEC brings and delivers on a regular basis to all of the exporters, but really to the whole state. So it's great. And I'm thrilled that you're such a part of it for us. Thank you.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you on May 15th.
I will be there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. You have amazing insight, and I would love to know as much as you do all about global trade.
When you get this old, you will know as much.
All right.
Just
Thank you so
warning you.
much.
Have a great day, honey.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.